This program is brought to you by the Bureau of Memetic Warfare.
Autism can be used offensively to smear political opponents and confuse everyone around. But autism in nature is a defensive mechanism. Everything the autist does is in regards to being introduced to situations outside of his head and how he should approach them. Whether it's a situation that involves learning, working, or a personal matter. The autist's first thought is never how to solve the situation, but rather how to break the situation down and figure out which route is best to even accept the situation. And if the autist decides not to accept the situation, he will neglect its presence and simply go back to living in his head. Any attempt to coerce or force the autist to face the situation results in hostility and what is known as autistic meltdowns. I believe people with autism will generally prefer conservatism to progressivism. The state of mind an autist has is one that rejects changes. If there is an order, pattern, and repetitive nature, the autist will grasp to it. Nothing is more comforting to an autist than a routine. Once the routine is established, only then can the autist feel comfortable allowing specific changes and techniques within the routine, as long as the routine remains mostly the way the autist wants it. I want you to imagine someone with this autistic state of mind and put this person in charge of a traditional Western nation that has yet to been flooded with ideas of integrating a foreign people and culturally new ideas like multiple genders, gay marriage, egalitarianism, normalization of drug usage, and sexual deviance. Can you imagine the autistic meltdown that would occur? There would be not only hostility towards these ideas, but the autist would use every tool available to destroy the source of these ideas. Essentially, an autist would be for the existence of a traditional Western culture. Certainly, it will be quite some time before an actual autist becomes the leader of a Western nation. However, autists have an incredible ability to influence the need for a traditional culture. If you've ever seen the trends that come from 4chan and how, recently, they flooded mainstream social media platforms only to influence others and create large followings of shared ideas, then you realize just how important autism is. Have you ever had a discussion with an autist regarding personal issues? Having autism, I can explain to you exactly what goes on in my mind. If a friend sits me down and wants to discuss a personal problem, the first thing I will do is go completely silent. I will immediately shut down all body and facial expressions for the sake of not giving away my feelings about engaging in such a personal topic. Already my own needs are being pandered to. The person introducing me to their problems is already put at a lower priority compared to what I desire for my own comfort. Not being adjusted to being compassionate in regards to personal issues, the discussion is already undesirable. While I might not show hostility towards my friend during this conversation, I am keeping my thoughts incredibly hidden and offer minimal responses to my friend in hopes he will understand I am not willing to continue further in this dialogue. Now, let's take this scenario and bring it to a political and cultural level. Rather than having a discussion with a friend, it's now a neighboring nation having internal conflicts regarding politicians and policies. The autistic leader would likely offer support in a sense that he understands the issues, but can only help so much as the interests of his own nation come first. How the neighboring nation deals with its issues is up to them, but his involvement will only go as far as he desires. I think the discovery of autism might be the greatest thing ever. The behaviors and systematic thinking of the autist is quite an amazing thing. It's only a matter of time before people start exploiting autistic traits and use them in productive manners. It's time to stop seeing autism as a disability and begin to use it as a tactic, a system of mental posturing to disrupt the Jewish agenda.